All right, good people. Live in the building. It's been a few weeks, but we back. Now I'm gonna tell y'all right now, your boy slacking is pimping, but we gonna fix that in like 2 seconds. 2 quick seconds, we gonna fix all your boy slacking is pimping. So, that's on me. You know what I'm saying? But hey, sometimes life be life. You just gotta slide on with it. Feel me? But we good. So today, as we been kind of putting out there, we're just gonna have a nice Q&A. We got some questions that were sent to us by some um, fellow Eagle fans. People wanted to ask things, and then maybe a few questions we have ourselves we want to throw out there. And of course, the chat is gonna be bumping today. So I know some people gonna have some questions they want to slide through and ask. Let's do it. So y'all know before we get anything bumping, we got to get just the extra bit of pizzazz going. So we're gonna go ahead and get that rocking and rolling. And we're gonna come back through here. We're gonna make some things happen. All right, y'all. It's all about the birds. All about what's going on with the birds, what's happening, uh, our thoughts on all this stuff. So let's get it kicked off. I'd like to throw out the first question they got.
Go ahead, Ben.
You go first, sister.
Oh, I didn't get no questions. So it's between you, Cool, and whoever gonna do Keys questions. Cause she ain't here.
Well, here's a question for not just for my family on the panel, but the people in the chat. Are y'all tired of our quarterback being disrespected? Are you tired of the whole team as a general being disrespected? That's the question. And for me, I'm not used to, you know, us being the spotlight every year. Nobody's perfect in this game. But when it comes to my QB, how you want to disrespect someone and have them be ranked number 17, where you got other quarterbacks who haven't done anything? Okay, I get all of that about the stats throughout the regular season. Regular season doesn't mean nothing if you don't go to the postseason. If the NFL shuts down right now and there would never be another game, never, Jalen Hurts would be the last quarterback to win Super Bowl MVP. The last quarterback. And you want to put him at number 17. He went to the Super Bowl, but he didn't do anything. Joe Burrows haven't smelled the Super Bowl, haven't smelled the playoffs since I changed my socks. Josh Allen never been to a Super Bowl. Not saying I don't change my socks, but it's a Lamar Jackson haven't been to a Super Bowl. They can't even get past Patrick Mahomes, or sometimes they can't get past other quarterbacks. Then you got another quarterback who haven't even won a playoff game. How are you ranking them higher? Is it because they look pretty throughout the regular season? But I get it. And there's one thing I can say about Jalen Hurts, and I love the way that he's handling all of this. And I give all credit to his parents on how they raised him, mainly his father.
You don't give his mom no love, just his father?
That's one question, but I'm gonna come back another time with another question for y'all.
Well,
And I'm going to
let us answer that question. So, Diva, ladies first.
I mean, yeah, of course, I'm tired of the Jalen Hurts slander. Been tired of. It's like they always got to find something to talk about with us. Like, there's not, 1,001 teams in the NFL that should be talked about, but they always find something. And I don't understand why we're always a target when it comes to, things said and slander and just the disrespect that we've gotten. I mean, for years upon years, the media has been focused on the Philadelphia Eagles and not all the other teams in the NFL. And definitely tired of the Jalen Hurts slander. I mean, I don't know what else the boy has to do to prove that he's an elite quarterback. To be honest, I don't think that Jalen will ever be considered an elite quarterback. I don't care if he win 4 or 5 different Super Bowls. Whatever it is about him, maybe it's his demeanor, maybe it's how he handle his stuff. I don't know what it is about him that garners attention as if he's not one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, especially at his draft class.
For the team, I expected. As a Philadelphia Eagles fan, one of the things I understand is that it's always going to be we're not good enough for some reason. I actually welcome it because it should be fuel. Now that the cancer's out of the locker room, I feel like it's an opportunity for us to reinvent the story about the team. Because now we can't be, you got this guy to save you, or without this guy, you would be this, because that guy's gone. Right? So now we're going to see a lot this year as far as what people have to say once we go out there and we play some football this year. Because once we go play, people see us, people see what we're doing, there's going to be a lot of things that happen. And I believe one of those things that's going to happen is people are going to start to have to answer the question, is he good or not? You can't keep saying he's only good because of this, he's only good because of that. I do also welcome the fact that it's publicity. I don't like this all negative, but we being talked about. And there's a lot of teams, like Diva said, it's not being talked about. So while as a fan, you get tired of hearing the negative side, any publicity is good publicity. And we are getting publicity like a mud. We have been for years. So if we could turn it into something on the field consistently, then we cook it. I feel like last year was a wasted year, and I felt like it was a perfect opportunity for a lot of naysayers to come out of the woodwork, and they did, right? And it's always going to be there. But I feel like the more you disrespect the Philadelphia Eagles, the more you disrespect QB1, the better they play. And hey, it don't get much more disrespectful than the stuff that's going on now. And I want to also add to Benny's comment real quick. So the whole thing about Jalen Hurts being number 17, right, is that it's not him in the passing game that's winning games. It's basically Saquon Barkley that's the great MVP caliber guy on the team, and not Jalen Hurts. And then Jalen Hurts doesn't do it with his arm. So you're saying it about Jalen Hurts. So the Jalen Hurts that I know, that I've seen on the field, will come out this year and he's gonna do it with his arm. He's gonna do it with his legs. I mean, are we gonna run the ball with Saquon? We are. We're gonna run the ball with Tate Bigsby? We are. But I believe we're gonna see a good year from Jalen Hurts, throwing the ball and running the ball. the kind of year that people want to say he can't have. He didn't have to focus on one guy anymore. He didn't have one guy crying for the ball, getting an attitude if he doesn't get catches, reading books on the sideline, all that foolishness. We can focus on get open, I get you the ball. I read the field, I get it to whoever's open, it don't matter. So I anticipate a big year, and I anticipate the narrative not changing, but you having to acknowledge in the narrative that you're trying to picture of Jalen Hurts that he's balling. And that's really all we can ask from Jalen and what he has going on. Disrespect does get old, but I like for it to be fuel. And hopefully it's fuel again. And if it's fuel, it's going to be all good. And then Tiffany Simpson says, F them people in them lists. Jalen is the best quarterback in Eagles history. Look it up.
Facts.
That is facts.
Thanks for tuning in, Tiffany.
Yep. Tiffany also got a couple more comments. Tiffany also says, good evening. The hate for Jalen is beyond football. I 100% agree. Hurts is one of the most productive dual threat quarterbacks in NFL history with 173 total touchdowns, 110 passing, plus 63 rushing throughout his first 6 NFL seasons. So definitely a lot of truth there, Tiffany. If you have any questions, Tiffany, would you like to throw out for us? Feel free to do so. So another question that was presented, let me get that bad right, was from our co-host who could not be here. So, who will end up as the Eagles' number 2 wide receiver?
Get out my head, dog. Get out my head.
That's not mine. That's not mine.
Yeah, that came from Key.
That came from one of Key people.
That was my number 2 question, too.
Well, not anymore, sir.
Nope.
But since I asked it, I'll answer it first. This is a hard one because there's going to be a number of productive guys that have, I guess you say, the ability to be the number 2 guy. I don't want to talk about the other guys because I want to give y'all an opportunity. We know Smitty is number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question I'm going to ask about him in a few minutes. But it's a good question about who is that number 2 going to be. That's
well, that position.
Like I said, going first, I don't really want to get into any of the other people, but I think it's going to be. I'm gonna go with Dontavian Wicks. He came from Green Bay in a trade. He knows Mannion's offense. He's going to be able to kind of pick and grasp everything fast. So being that he's going to get everything fast, he's not going to need as long to develop, so he can work on chemistry with the quarterback and other things because he's going to know the playbook better than Jalen. So I think that he's going to be our number 2. There's other guys I think will contribute almost, if not as much. But I'll throw it to Benny, and then we'll let Diva finish off this time and see who they think will be the number 2. All right, like Benny's stuck in the oh, there you go.
I was waiting.
Are you talking, Benny, so we can't hear you?
Go ahead. I for you to finish so I can add on. I believe the number 2 receiver will be decided in training camp. Even though Wicks was brought here to be that number 2, you still have to earn that spot. It's not just a given. Just because you've been around Mannion, you still have to earn that spot. Well, I think he can do. I believe he can do it, but you still got to compete with Hollywood Brown.
So,
don't know what Brown is going to bring to the table. Don't know what Wicks is going to bring to the team. But I'm hoping that it will be Wicks because he's a kind of big body, not an AJ body, but
So
you
who do
know,
you think it's going to be? Do you think it's going to be Wicks or do you think it's going to be
I'm
somebody
thinking,
else?
I'm hoping it would be Wicks.
Okay.
I'm pulling for him.
Yeah, because you kind of arguing against him for a good minute there, so I wasn't sure. So I want to make sure everybody understand where you was at.
Vinny don't know. I'm gonna go with Brown. I'm gonna go with Hollywood Brown. I know he has been doing a lot of practice with Jalen. Um, I mean, I don't see it, but it could happen. I mean, Lemon could be number two. We don't know. I know there's been a lot of talk about him being heavily involved. I know him and Smitty has been doing a lot of work together. But if Lemon don't make it, I mean, he could be, the rookie like we had with Coop and Mitchell that came out and basically took over their positions and started. So I'm going between Lemon and Brown.
I'm about to say, Diva, you arguing against your guy too. Like, y'all arguing against y'all people. I
How am I arguing against Wicks? I mean, you gotta think about like that whole position is stacked. Like it's a lot of talent on that side, so it's hard to be like, oh.
don't feel like, me personally, I feel like we got a very solid group of receivers that there's not a lot of difference between whoever's going to be like 2 and 3 and 4.
Right.
But I don't think it's stacked, me personally. I say the talent is similar. I don't think any of those would be a better number 2 than Devontae was. I don't think any of those would be close. But I do think that the drop off is not ridiculous. Like you don't have 2 guys that are going to catch the ball, and then guys that you are hoping they're going to catch the ball, and you don't know if they are. I think this group is going to be more solid as a group, so it's going to be spread around more, and it's going to be hard to take away one guy, as has happened to us in previous years.
It ain't like having Smitty and Quez Watkins.
Right. It ain't like having Smitty and AJ. With Quez and some of the other guys that we've had in the past as the backups. All right, so Tiffany gives her answer too. And shout out to Tiffany for her interaction with us tonight. We definitely always appreciate it. She says Wicks, Brown, and Moore are very underrated. People are sleeping on them. I think another guy that people are sleeping on even more than those guys is Johnny Wilson. Because Johnny Wilson was set to have a big role, and then he had the injury last year. So if he can come back after watching for a year, rehabbing and working on his game, I think he has an opportunity to be in that top 5 wide receivers as well. So even the guys that are going to make the team, I think is a little up in the air, which is exciting instead of knowing from week 1, like these are the guys. All right, so Tiffany asks, what position do you think is a weakness going into the 2026 season?
We don't know who's going to play on the opposite side of Vancouver. That's me.
You said safety?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the only concern. We address.
Well, my position of weakness going into the 2026 season is head coach. That's mine, head coach.
Okay.
Because as long as he's there and he can override plays and he can interact and interrupt the flow of the game with his nonsensical ideas, I think it's a little bit of weakness. I don't disagree with safety, but I think head coach.
Well, I'm gonna go with GM because I'd be worried about Howie. I don't know who he gonna trade in the middle, but I'd be worried about the GM because sometimes Howie be falling and bumping his head, be doing some crazy stuff. My position is Howie, the GM.
Johnny and Cooper, Tiffany says, Howie has a very hard decision to make.
That's why.
Yeah, I think you got. So for me, it's a little bit of a group. I think we know Wicks, Smith, and Lemon are going to make the team. So I think those other 2 to 3 wide receiver positions, you got Elijah Moore, Darius Cooper, Johnny Wilson, and Hollywood Brown. And I'm not saying a lot of people, oh, how would Hollywood Brown not make the team? Look at the rest of the talent and tell me that Hollywood Brown should be guaranteed a spot. Not saying he doesn't get a spot, but that you should just be sitting here saying he's definitely guaranteed a spot. Now, I think the thing that would help is if one of these individuals, maybe Darius Cooper, maybe Lemon being a rookie, return.
I think Cooper make a he can. I think he's gonna make a strong push.
We'll see.
I be confident in Cooper making a strong push. I can see him. The only way I see Johnny Wilson being on the what is the 53-man roster is because of the size and his blocking skill.
Well, those are good reasons to have him on the 53-man roster, sir. Those are amazing reasons. You can be fast, but we got a couple fast guys.
Yeah, but
Tiffany says, so y'all don't like Nick Sirianni. I think he fits Philly so well. So
No, we're not Sirianni fans up here.
I'm not a fan of Sirianni the coach. Sirianni the hype man, we good. But Sirianni the coach, I feel his lack of ability to be able to say the offense is going bad. I'm going to take it over and call plays because he doesn't have that ability and hasn't worked on gaining that ability the whole time he's been the head coach. It's definitely a down for me. If you look at our team, the years that we've been bad has been the offense. So my thing is I would like for him to step into that more of let me develop myself. Let me become a guy who maybe I don't have a background in play calling like that, but I can take over play calling if need be. And I can put together plays and I can put together drives and things that make sense. If he can show me that, I mean, I'm good. I don't have a personal problem with Nick. But what he does as a head coach to me should be better. And you should be evolving every year like you're expecting your players to. And then Tiffany says, FYI, I call him my Italian stallion. So
For
we know
me,
that Tiffany's a fan.
with Nick, I think the people that you have had a chance to be up under, Andy Reid and a few others, I feel like if he ain't got it by now, he's not going to get it. As far as him developing himself as a head coach, being able to take over plays and call the correct plays and understand the playbook and, putting his players on the offense in a good position, that's never going to be Nick. Now, like he said, Nick the hype man, yeah, he's a great hype man. But as far as when it comes to, when you got your Sean McVays and your Andy Reid's, that's not his thing. He has been with us for what, 5 years now, and he still hasn't developed that. So I don't think that's something he's going to be able to develop. Nick Sirianni has had a lot of success because of his coordinators, and as we see, when you don't have good coordinators, Nick is not what he should be. Nick does. But he had to though. Even if he doesn't want to, when he's picked in-house coordinators, he's had to call plays because they were incompetent. And so, what I'm saying, when you're a head coach, if you got to call plays, you got to call plays. Benny, why you something look like a kid on a candy block?
I just waiting on you to finish. Because
my thing about what you got to say, Ben?
As a coach, he do not have the intelligence of designing plays and really know how to make adjustments. And you can catch that in his press conference last year, when, you can hear his answers. But the hype man, I put him like Little Yachty.
Don King.
Man, he's a good hype man. I mean, I see his passion for the game, but as a coach, I'm not. I just don't think he's the right fit. Dude, he doesn't like man. What the hell was that?
They doing work upstairs, so if y'all hear a bunch of noise, my
Oh,
bad.
I thought Dave was over there wilding out.
Nah, they up there
They,
in they zone.
Said Nick doesn't want to call plays. That's the problem. Nick can't call plays. That's the problem, Tiffany. I mean, obviously he doesn't want to call plays because he goes and gets guys to call.
go back
That he
to
wants to
Tiffany's
be the
last
call
joint.
plays. I don't believe he can.
Go back to Tiffany's last joint.
Hold on,
She
hold on.
said
We
call
going through.
plays.
Hold
Call
on.
plays because you can't call plays.
So Tiffany says you can't deny his winning record. Well, if you want to break down year by year, as Diva said, you look at the years that we haven't had good records with him. It's when we haven't had a strong offensive coordinator. So he gets credit for the wins, but we don't want to give him credit for the bad times. That's the thing with me. I'm looking at it like, okay, we have had some wonderful years with Nick Sirianni. He's won the Super Bowl. Well, we've had some years where we were like, this dude, the other team was calling out the plays on the other team's defense, what we were going to do. That's how bland and vanilla we were. Announcers were on TV, retired players calling out what we were going to do. That should not happen with a guy that wants to be known as one of the better head coaches and wants to get my vote and my support as being a good head coach. And then she says there are plenty of head coaches who don't call plays. I agree with that, but they can call plays if they need to. Nick can't. That's my concern. And then she also asked, and this is for all of us, what do you think of Mannion staying more than next season? I hope it happens.
If it happens, I will love it. Let's see how this season go first. Because I can't say if his playbook is going to work. I can't judge him yet because I haven't seen what he's go. I can't judge him for the product that's not even on the field yet. And I truly believe that he can do the job because who's around the offensive coordinator the most? The backup QB. He's holding the clipboard or whatever. That's not even clipboard no more, but he's around
I think he was third string.
the team and know how to adjust in certain situations. He watched McVay make adjustments. He watched LaFleur make adjustments, and not just that, he watched those coaches make adjustments for him while he was playing. So he has the knowledge. I just want to see if he can put all of that knowledge to work.
I just want to say, I haven't seen him play coach yet. I already believe he's better than Kevin Padudu. Because I think Kevin Padudu was hot monkey poo, garbage trash, the trash juice from the bottom of your trash can after you had washed it out for a few months or years, all mixed together with some straight dog poop, the old white dog poop. They've been sitting out for a long time. Kevin Petula, I'm gonna use his real name one time. Kevin Petula should not have a job calling plays for a elementary school flag football team. If you want to let him be part of a group and he has one specific thing, maybe he's fine with that. But as a actual play caller, Kevin Padudu is worse than the three of us. And we have no training at calling plays. So Tiffany asked Eagles Diva, do you have your own channel?
No, ma'am. I'm just here on Eagles Elite. This is a brother and sister podcast.
And Tiffany says, I curse Nick out all the time. Hey, you ain't the only one. So she asked, so did y'all hear about all the nonsense that was going on with Satan sabotaging the team for the last 3 years? Yes. I love the use of Satan. Anything but his actual name. I love it. Yeah, we did. And then she says, KP, he had no business coaching. He can't coach his way out of a not a wet paper bag, but a fresh paper bag. But yeah, we heard about all the nonsense, and I tell you, Tiffany, I'll say, I'm not gonna try to speak for being a diva, but I'll say sometimes things get better when you lose somebody. Right? Sometimes you lose someone because they're the talent, and everybody's looking, oh, you don't have that talent, so it's gonna affect the team. But in all actuality, it doesn't affect the team because, well, it does affect the team in a positive way because now there's a bit of just nonsense that's been taken out, and guys can just play. You don't have to kind of been asked a bunch of questions that don't have anything to do with playing football because of a certain player. And I'm gonna start doing like Bill Parcells. The player is doing all kind of stuff besides focusing on what he's there for and what he wants to get paid for, and it's playing football. So anytime besides playing football, what are we doing? And if you guys want to add anything, feel free to do so.
Oh, I ain't talking about Judas. He gone.
I'm done.
I'm gonna say about Judas. He gone. I mean, Eagles were good before he came. Eagles will be good after he leave. I mean, always got to think about what we were before he was an Eagle, and we were good on the wide receiver side, and we will continue to be good on that side. So,
Tiffany says she lives in Camden, and they've been heard about it. They just didn't know the specific details. That's crazy. Shout out to you, Tiff.
I'll be over in Kansas or giving out T-shirts.
Eagle Diva, don't say that word. That gets channels banned. Hey, if that gets channels banned, we've been banned a long time ago.
sure would have.
Well, at least us. At least so far. But we feel you, Tiffany. Hey, Tiffany, appreciate you tuning in. Keep the questions
Appreciate
coming.
the engagement.
Yeah, we love the engagement. We love to have people come on and kind of put the show forward for the chat with a little knowledge, a little understanding, and all that good stuff.
Make sure you subscribe. We come on every Wednesday. Tell your friends about us. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
She said somebody got their channel banned for using that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I heard YouTube got strict.
Yeah, I mean, it's been.
Gotta subscribe.
But I mean, listen.
It's definitely been some things that he said that could have got us banned.
If you saying about the R word, I mean, Satan.
I'm trying to be nice. I'm gonna calm down this year.
Yeah, we'll see.
She said I support Eagles channels that don't spread nonsense. I'm glad I found you guys. We glad you found us too. Yeah, we just try to, one of the things about our channels, we just try to, honest opinions about stuff. We don't always agree, you know what I'm saying? But we agree that on the big picture sometimes it's not, the details on how you get there. And just try to, have a good time, have a place where we can come, interact, talk about our team, and enjoy everything.
And respect everybody's opinion.
Yeah, because you don't have to agree with mine. That doesn't mean I have to dog your opinion and make your opinion sound crazy. It's just different from mine.
Right.
We just trying to teach Benny that, y'all. And then she said a lot of people who don't look like us, especially. Facts.
Hey.
On facts, on facts.
Facts on facts on facts.
On top of facts and more. All right, Benny, what's your next question, sir? I know number 2 was taken from you, but I know you got some more. What else you got?
Just come off top of Benny head. No question.
Jeremiah Trotter. Do y'all think Jeremiah trying to take that next step, the push to be a starter next to Bond?
Well, Grenard is here.
Trotter is a linebacker.
Grenard's a linebacker, ain't he?
Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Who's going to play next? Grenard don't play. He plays on the edge.
Yeah, he's an edge rusher.
Ain't
Jeremiah
Jeremiah
Trotter
Trotter?
play next. Who's your pick to be next to Zach Bourne? Trotter, Campbell, or do you see somebody else
Yeah, he's
getting
an
them
outside
touch?
linebacker.
Um, on the current depth chart, Jahad Campbell is ahead of Jeremiah Trotter Jr.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting to me because if you remember last year, Jahad Campbell got taken out and
Had a
thrown to the
mon-
back of the bus.
had a monster game, but he got thrown out because N'Kobe Dean came back. Well, it was
Yeah.
monstrous.
And Jeremiah Trotter was still playing. So it's interesting to me that now all of a sudden Jahad Campbell is the starting middle linebacker on the depth chart right now. I would think it would be opposite. I think if Jeremiah Trotter develops this season, which I don't know because I don't know how much time he's going to get, right? He's going to get
Right.
time in camp. But one of the things we've seen with our esteemed defensive coordinator,
Mm-hmm.
right, is that there are times when he gets hooked on a guy and he just run him in the
Mm-hmm.
ground and
Mm-hmm.
he acts like the other guys aren't there. And
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of the thing with me about Fangio. And it's not a bad thing because these are young guys, so they can take it. It's not like they're gonna break down like they 35-year-old dudes have been playing forever and they really don't need that much playing time. But I don't know if the backups at right, left and right outside linebacker are going to get enough snaps. The backups at any of the linebacker positions are going to get enough snaps, barring injury, to know if Trotter's going to get a real opportunity or not. I know Campbell is, I believe, a little bit bigger. In the limited time, he looked better, but again, it was limited time. So I'm just not sure. Right, really, honestly, just not sure what they're gonna do with him and Nolan Smith because they've been around, a couple of years, but just don't know yet. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of it's gonna depend on where they end up on the depth chart. And Tiffany says Grenard was a great pickup, and she also says that Campbell and Trotter are going to be a problem. Yeah, that's a
I
good. I think it is a good mix. Go ahead,
I
dude.
think if so, my thing is, what I would like to see from Vic Fangio is the depth, like using your depth and not running one guy to the ground for 4 quarters. Like throw Campbell in there, throw Trotter in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like look at your matchup and see who can match up against that player that's in front of them and use that person instead of saying, oh well, let's just use Campbell. Like he got hooked on the Kobe Dean. That's why we didn't see Campbell and we darn sure didn't see Trotter. Um because he got hooked on N'Kobe Dean. So I would like to see him rotate out so everybody's fresh. I liked how we did that um when we had that monstrous team in 2023 when we went to Super Bowl. We
yeah.
were rotating people out. We had enough depth to rotate people out so everybody was fresh when they came in. They wasn't tired. So that's why defense is always on go mode. I wish he would do more of that. And I think we could see Trotter a lot better develop and be who we think he should be by his dad being Jeremiah Trotter. But it's all on Vic, man. It's all on Vic. How well that boy gonna do.
Very true. Very true.
Benny, you got any
Anything you
thoughts?
want to add, Benny?
What's this, year 3 for Trotter? It's year 3 for him, right?
Appreciate you,
The three.
Tiffany.
I agree with you 100% about rotating. My only concern is what if once somebody is hot? I mean, he's hot. Do you rotate that person out just to bring in a fresh leg?
I mean, how many? Let's talk about it. And as a professional football, how many defensive players are like hot, right? Like hot, hot. We talking about like a corner shutting down everything. We talking about like a defensive lineman just busting through the hole and you can't stop him. What would make you hot as a linebacker where you couldn't rotate or you feel uncomfortable more rotating? I'm asking a question, Benny. I'm just trying to get what you're asking.
So
We waiting on you to respond, Ben.
when I was looking at her comment, I
Oh,
was trying to remember who is that right? Who is right? Is that the one for Alabama? That everybody was overlooked. But
I'll look it up.
I would like to see Jeremiah try to get a lot of playing time. No disrespect to Campbell. He is the heir apparent to our linebacker core when Zach Bond is no longer here. But for those two to be the heir apparents, I think they need to be together more than well. He needs to be available. Campbell needs to be available. I'm hoping his shoulder is whatever. I think it was his shoulder. He had shoulder surgery, and Vic did say he wasn't going to be available for training camp. Well, we got 13 more days. We'll see who we put in.
I mean that's up to Vic. I mean, if Vic feel like he's developed enough, then
All right, you got any
he'll
more
let him
questions,
play it
Benny?
out. You said you got any more questions, Benny?
Yeah, I think they're gonna let him play out whatever contract he's on. You got another question, Penny?
With everybody besides Reek being in this system, with the addition of Reek, at the end, where do you think the Eagles' defense will rank when the season is over?
So what again?
With the addition of Tyreek Reek, Reek Woolen, right? Everybody else been in this system for 2 to 3 years. At the end of the season, where do you think this defense will be ranked?
I don't know. That's kind of hard. I mean, even though we got Woodland, I mean, like, what if we have an injury? Like, what if he gets injured? You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm still worried about that right side a little bit. I mean, because he's gonna have to come out. You can't keep playing him all 4 quarters, or if he gets hurt, and then you still got the forward in the front. I mean, I think we're ranked probably in the top 20.
You say top three?
No, top 20. So anywhere from 1 to 20. Because we were like number 20 last year. We had a good defense.
I'm gonna say top 10. It could be top 5, but I feel like really realistically somewhere between like 8 and 4 is where I think we'll be ranked. I think Woolley is gonna be either exposed or shown to be a very good corner this year because they're not gonna throw at Quinyon Mitchell but so much. So that means Woolley is gonna be able to show what he can or can't do pretty quickly. We are converting DeJean
To safety.
to safety. So now that means that third corner, we don't have a guy that we feel as confident in. Right? Because now that third corner, that nickel. So right now it still has DeJean at nickel. So that should change. But now you're looking at Jonathan Jones, right? Kapina Gushikin. Right now, who we have as that as the guys that are going to be the nickelback. Now, that's going to depend a lot on how good we are, whoever's going to have that position. Because we can't get a guy in there, if we can't get a better option at nickel corner, we might be in some trouble. I know sometimes these depth charts aren't all the way updated. So I think by the time training camp starts, we'll get a more updated. Maybe some changes will be made to it. But looking at what I see right now, that's what we have. And she's talking about Daquan Wright, y'all, the tight end. And he is good. Yeah, he is.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh. Ooh.
That's what Tiffany says. When the fans argue about their team, I talk about backups, they talk about starters. There's a difference. What's the difference in not understanding a team's depth, Tiffany? A lot of people really, like, honestly, 100%, they don't understand the depth of their team, right? Like, yeah, she said it down here too, Daquan Wright from Ole Miss. But yeah, that's what she's talking about. I forgot he was undrafted because he's played so well. I thought he was drafted. But when you can talk about your team and talk about your depth, talk about what happens when this guy comes out, this guy gets hurt, who's ready to step up, in several different positions, who can take over in their position. A lot of people don't go that deep. Not to toot your horn or our horns, but they just don't go that deep. They're not worried about that. They're only worried about the names that they hear about on ESPN, Fox, and all these sports shows on television and on podcasts.
As if they don't get hurt.
Right. They're not digging in to find that those other guys that are going to play. Because your backups are going to play in the NFL. Except for maybe quarterback, and offensive line, barring an injury, or defensive line. Well, defensive line, they're going to play too because just, so many snaps. I think you're going to get those guys playing, and there's a concern for knowing. But Tiffany, a lot of people don't know. They just don't. All right, so let me see another key question. Key had a couple. All right. So Key says, another one of Key's questions was, can Andrew Makuba overcome his injury to have a breakout season?
Yeah, I think he could. He broke his ankle. I think he could. I just want to see how well he's going to develop without Reed Blankenship, because I know Reed Blankenship was a big mentor to him, which now he's got Woodland, so it might be even better. But I think he can. I'm hoping that we can see the Makuba that we, were told about and we've seen about in college football. But I think he can be. He just got to be confident, because he wasn't confident, as much before he got hurt last year.
Well, his confidence is there. It's there. It's just he started really getting the gas for the defense until a certain player, number 21, of course, another person last name is Brown, took him out. I don't know what it is about that last name, but they always taking somebody out. I have a lot of confidence in him, and I know he's ready to prove himself that he belongs. I'm expecting him to make a huge leap from last year to this year.
Tiffany's response is, I was raised in a house full of boys and men. I had no choice but to learn football. Laugh out loud.
Oh, you sound like me. I'm only a girl out of 5 boys. So I had no choice but to learn every sport. Literally every sport. Whatever they learned, whatever they played, I'm out there with them. Baseball.
And we all had to play baseball / softball.
Yeah.
We didn't have a choice.
So yeah. That's why they call me what they call me, manly, and yeah.
Cowboys.
Yeah, Cowboys.
I heard.
What, Benny?
I heard a story.
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty.
Told me a story.
Benny heard the stoplight story.
There's
Yeah, he heard the stoplight story.
I heard the story. Somebody 4'9" coming outside. Bloop, bloop, bang. I'm like, what the hell?
Well, I ain't 4'9". I'm 5'3".
I'm just
Actually,
saying.
Benny. Dang.
I'm just saying.
He said 4'9". Damn, you made me.
You're right. I'm
trying to make you a
5'3",
little person.
actually.
You
I
made
ain't
me a little
that. I'm short, but not that short.
Tiffany says Sidney Brown broke his ankle. People act like he was always injured.
Well, he really was. Unfortunately.
But I think for me with Makuba, the I don't think this is the year. I think this is the year that he comes back and shows that he belongs on the team and that he can be a contributor. And I think once he gets another year removed from the ankle injury, not just for performance but mentally, right? Because when you have a big injury like ACL, ankle, knee, some of these injuries, it takes some time not only for you to get back to your top athletically, but for you to not worry about it anymore, not try to compensate the way you run, not make plays. So I think this year he'll prove he belongs on the team. But he might not necessarily prove that he's, gonna just grab the other position and run with it.
Yeah, this will probably be his official rookie season because he ended his rookie season early.
All right, Ben, you got any more questions, sir?
Yep. I can't prepare tonight.
Go ahead.
I can't prepare tonight.
But this question kind of top of your head. Let me stop.
How many sacks?
I'm leave you alone, Benny. I'm leave you alone.
How many do you think?
Benny got him some. Benny got him some whiskey and a piece of paper. He said, "I'm about to go." Damn. Oh, we just messing with you, Benny. We just messing with you.
How many sacks do you think the Eagles would get this year? The defense.
How many what?
Sacks.
How many sacks and turnovers do you think the defense will get this year?
I don't think we're gonna be a heavy turnover team. So I'm gonna say like 15 turnovers. But I think we'll get over 30 plus sacks.
True, I think we might get 40 sacks. So turnovers, I'm gonna say about 10. But sacks,
yeah. Some of them will be strip sacks.
Oh, 15 turnovers. Are those going to come because of the QB pressure?
Well, Quinyon gonna get a couple.
I think a few will be QB pressure, but I think a few will come from Quinyon, Coop, and Woodland just picking off their player.
Yeah,
being in the position, looking at seeing where the ball going, and being there at the spot.
Because they could get you a position if you like you. If he don't like you, he gonna Chauncey Gardner-Johnson you. If he don't like you, he gonna Chauncey Johnson you. But if he like you, he put you in position.
And Woodland's pretty tall, so I mean, and we know Cooper just debo you for the ball when he see it and it's he in the right position, he gonna just debo you for the ball. Quinyon too. Coop watched that ball. Coop watches that ball.
I'm looking at this.
We needed some defense that year too.
I'm looking at this depth chart, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you think Keeley gonna be on the team gonna make the team?
Get off my screen with that.
What up?
Get off my screen. Ask about Benny. Benny, you better be glad I don't have control because I put you right on down. Talking about some darn Keely Ringo.
I think Keely Ringo.
I asked that because
he has some kind of sway for something that's happened because he's still on the team, and that's.
But I told you what he's been doing. Y'all think I'm lying?
Do you cut him or do you keep him because he's a good special teamer?
Is he a good special teamer or is he just an okay special teamer?
Okay, special teamer. I would take Brenton Kobe on the special teams over Keely Ringo. Yeah. Keely Ringo needs to be cut. I'm sorry. Put
thing
him
we
on the
gotta
practice
do.
squad.
No, let's not even do that. Let's take him and Quez Watkins and let's boot them out of the organization. Like we don't need you sullying the organization with your presence any longer. Even Tiffany with
Quez
us.
Watkins.
Ringo got to go. She even made a rhyme out of it.
Ringo should have been gone.
I was trying to hold down for like 2 years, and I was like, yeah, it's a wrap. Yes.
I tried the first 2 years, and I was like, after that,
Yeah,
if
that
you
was
can't
right.
track the ball and you don't know which way your defenders going, you're going the opposite way. No, you don't need to be playing football. Not NFL, my boy.
Not at all.
No.
All right, what you got, Benny?
Hold on.
Why no one tried Ringo at safety?
I thought he played safety at one time, or 1 or 2 games. I thought.
I don't think he played safety. I think he played backup corner. He might have, but if he did, we didn't notice it.
My point.
Tiffany, to answer your question, from my opinion, I think the ability to not track the ball, the inability to track the ball, I should say, makes it not a good safety either, because that's the main point of being a safety. I think the problem is he just doesn't have it. Maybe he can get it, I don't know, but he doesn't have it now. And they was like, yeah, we can't put him out there safety because we already know what's going to happen in safety. But you put him out there, so that's a concern too.
Well, not only that, Keely can't keep up with his opponent, so he doesn't know where his opponent is on the field, and that's a problem for me.
Lead foot Keely, yeah, his feet be looking like he got lead blocks on him too.
Yeah, and you got to know where your opponent is.
Yeah.
Okay.
They do run slow.
How many touches do you think Tank Bisbee should get a game?
For me, it depends on game flow, but I would say a minimum probably 5 to 8. But it depends on game flow. If it's a game where you're not really throwing the ball a lot, and maybe Saquon's a good decoy, then you may not get that many. If it's a run-heavy game, you've got to get Saquon breaks, so you might get a little bit more. But I'm thinking about 5 to 8 for me.
So
yeah.
And Tiffany, what you think?
So on the depth chart, he should be number 2. Will Shipley should get what? 3 touches a game?
Listen.
And then on the game flow?
Listen.
If you're the third running back, probably not gonna get that many touches. That's just what it is.
They'll probably use Shipley on the kickoff return like they did a lot last year.
They might.
I hate it because I think Willis Shipley could be a really good running back. If I was head coach, it would depend on who I'm playing. I would use all 3 of them suckers. I mean, because you're already going to be expecting, most coaches are going to be game planning around Tank Bigsby and Saquon, especially Saquon. I'd be using all 3, honestly, depending on what game and how the flow going. You switch them up. That way they ain't ever ready. But, I'm not the coach, so what do I know?
What was the coach?
Let's go back to special teams.
Tiffany says Ringo's a straight gunner.
Like he's too much of a gunner. Yeah. That was Sidney Brown problem.
Yeah.
Who is our kickoff and punt returner?
One of them gonna probably be Shipley.
And Kobe. Kobe's still on there. He back, so I think Kobe should.
I don't know if Kobe gonna make the team.
He might not.
Because I feel like because you have Shipley, you're gonna try to keep 5 to 6 receivers that can actually play receiver. And I got love for Brittany Covey. He's a decent.
He just a crash dump
receiver, but I mean, I feel like the other talent that we have is probably above him. as far as wide receiver talent. So if you're gonna dedicate a position just to special teams, it probably would be Kofi. I don't know if you. I think it's Shipley and maybe Lemon because Lemon did run kicks back in college. That's probably gonna be wrong, but that's my guess. What you think, Manny? Who you think gonna be kick off and punt return?
Ripley's going to be the kick returner. I can see Makai Lemon being a punt returner.
Okay. What about you, Diva?
Um, I would say Shipley. I don't think I would want Lemon doing that. Especially if you plan on using him on the offense. I mean, because that's just a chance for him to get hurt. I wouldn't want him doing kickoff returns. But I mean, they might use him a little bit.
I
But
would
I
use him
wouldn't
just
want.
yeah. It would be for me. It would be more for just punts than kickoffs. Um,
No, but Tiffany got a good point.
yeah. Tiffany says JT Gray is a good kickoff, a good special teams and returner.
JT,
I'm definitely not gonna argue about that. I'm just trying to think of. I mean, Gray could make the team as like a fifth safety, maybe. Um, I guess it's just crunching the numbers, right? Like who take a guy that's okay at special teams, but can get the job done and pretty good um on the field, or a guy that's really good at special teams and okay on the field. Right? She says we have all these great players who's making the team. I'm confused. Yeah, I think one of the things I've seen some teams do, I'm not gonna say we always do it, is they kind of give the young dudes like the kickoff and punt return duties.
Hmm.
The dudes that are deep on the depth chart and the young guys. Um, Diva does bring up a good point about Lemon getting injured, but I think the depth allows you to be like, we can do that and see how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Versus if we were like last year where we need every healthy wide receiver to be able to play because we don't know what's gonna happen. So yeah, I mean it's always a balance in that because you gotta look at like, okay, how do I rock with this? If this works, or how do I rock with this? Will this work? It's kind of like, you know, it's real iffy, so to speak. Yeah, Tiffany, you made some good points for sure.
Yeah,
Is that it,
Tiffany.
Benny?
final question.
Okay.
After it all said and done, how many yards do you think Saquon will get this year? And then
1,200.
let me rephrase that. If the offensive line stays intact at the end of the season, how many yards do you think Saquon will get this year?
Maybe I
I
should
think he's
look
gonna
at
have
it.
over 1,000. Cool said 1,200. I think he's gonna have over 1,000 for sure. Now 2,000, I don't know about that, but
I go up to about 1,400. I actually go to 1,400 because we got 17 games that he'll play. He ain't gonna play in week 18, but he'll play. Well, 16 games he'll play in. So yeah,
Do y'all know with that 2,000 yard season, and then last year he went over 1,000 yards? Did you know that's the first time he did that back to back, go over 1,000 yards since he's been in the league?
I mean he couldn't stay healthy at the Giants because of that trashy ass field. So no, I'm not surprised with the Eagles. No.
Exactly.
shout out to hey, Benny,
It was
real
a
quick.
grass on the
Let me shout
side,
out my
right?
niece and my brother. And my niece get ready to go to bed, so I want to shout them out real quick. Shout out to my brother Steve and my niece Jael. Appreciate y'all watching.
Hi. Oh, brother, if you listening, reach out to me. I got some information for you. Mr. McCain, Stephen.
But that's it for
All
my
right, Benny,
question.
what?
The grass is truly greener on the other side, right? No offense to the Camden girl, but the grass is greener on the other side from Jersey to, well, where they playing at? The damn sure ain't
Jersey.
playing in.
It's
They
Jersey.
is playing in Jersey somewhere,
Mhm.
but the grass is greener on the other side.
Well, it's safer. All right. So Tiffany has one more thing. She want one more thing. What do you think about the running back room? I didn't have Shipley making the team.
Who's on the running back depth chart?
I gotta see. Well, I'm gonna say this. This is answering Tiffany.
So right now
See the depth chart behind him.
Who's on the depth chart? Hold on, Benny. Hold on a second. Go ahead.
Damian Pierce.
Mm-hmm.
Damian Pierce is fourth, and then Elijah Mitchell is fifth on the depth chart. So Damian Pierce is a pretty good player, actually. When not hurt.
He's on our practice squad, right?
Tiffany, did you only have us having two running backs active, or did you have Damian Pierce instead of him?
I mean, I like Shipley. I just don't think Shipley was used correctly. I mean, because I watched Shipley at Clemson, and he's a beast. He's just not used correctly, and you know.
That's the question right there.
You give him 2 years. Give him 2 years. You can't rush that. He's a project. You don't rush a project. You gradually let him develop.
Yeah, he's never played football.
But he should be better year over year.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's what she said. She think Damian Pierce can beat Will Shipley out for the third spot. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna use the Benny answer for this one, Tiffany. I'm gonna say, it's all gonna depend on what happens in training camp.
Mm-hmm.
You were following the story? Yeah, she said she was following our story. Yeah, I wasn't really I heard about him in workouts. I was like, we ain't gonna get him, so what do it matter? And then we got him. I was like, oh.
Well, I don't know why you said because Howie liked them. He liked them from over across seas, especially.
He do, but you know how he gets so locked in on one person that you don't think he locked in on. Sometimes he'll lock in on everybody like he should. He did this.
Yeah, but if you're from Africa or over there near that way, he like you. I'm just saying. We didn't know Ojolari. I didn't know he was from over there, and we got a few from over there he liked. I'm just saying, how he like them folk over there. Just being honest. Now, if you from over here, then he really is iffy. It's a if you from the United States, it's a
Demon took us both off. Benny just fell off camera. Demon took us out. Yeah, he did work with my Lotta during the off season. I think that's good too, because somebody that can kind of understand
that kind of experience. Mm-hmm.
that transition, and then on the offensive side, kind of guy he'd be going against and helping with his technique and everything. So I think that's really good. He's got a good support system in Philly. I think he landed in the right spot. But everyone tuned in. We appreciate you guys. Everyone that will watch the replay a little bit later on, because life be life. Can't always see it live. Appreciate you as well. We had a Q&A episode today. We may do one next week. If more people got questions, we may go ahead and knock one out next week as well. But definitely either way, appreciate everybody that hopped in today.
Most definitely.
They said Clint to Florida to check him out. So Clint is our, correct me if I'm wrong, Tiffany, he's our defensive line coach
He is.
Clint Hurt is it Hurdle? His name's Clint Hurdle.
Clint
Our
Hurt.
to me is nobody don't poach him. Our DC and waiting. And
Clint Hurt.
yeah. And then Tiffany says, I really enjoyed the show. We're glad you enjoyed it, Tiffany. And she says, I'll be on the lookout. Definitely appreciate you.
Oh, you're really gonna enjoy when the season starts. Make sure you tune in because you're gonna love it when the season starts. And we even do we call the games as well.
They made him assistant. Yeah, they made him assistant too.
Yeah, they made him assistant.
Yeah, and Tiffany, yeah, like Diva was saying, me, her, Key sometimes call games, sometimes her and Key. Sometimes Benny makes a appearance. We'll say.
If you ain't coming at the screen, he don't be calling the plays. He be cussing at the screen. It'd be me and Key and Cool, or me and Key if Cool ain't there.
Yeah,
or Coach Dante, and Key and me.
Yeah.
Benny just be cussing at the screen.
Yeah, I'll be in another level of watching the game.
I gotta say, man, Benny has been like chill all episode.
Nah, because he was wilding out. Last episode, he was wild.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna take some getting used to because Benny be,
Well, his wife was gone that week. That's why Benny was on.
True. That's what happened. Yeah, his wife was gone. You're right. That's what happened. Yeah. She's like, Benny, I watched the show. Come here. What's up?
Yeah.
Let me say this to the people that's in the chat.
Definitely appreciate you.
Go ahead, Ben.
Don't run them out of the way.
We're gonna be starting this year. We're gonna be shaking things up. So might have some contests where y'all can win a free shirt or win a free hat. So yes, tune in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and try to join in with us every Wednesday. So when the season starts, when we start these contests, win a shirt, hoodie, hat,
Go Birds,
whatever.
Oh, Tiffany, you can find us on social media. Benny is our design guy, as you see. Benny, let's see your shirt.
Yeah, throw the shirt up. Let's see the shirt. Throw the shirt up,
Benny. Lean back. Okay. He is our design guy. A lot of times you will see us with Benny Boom production gear on. Yeah. So definitely check out your boy. He's on all social platforms. Benny Boom Designs. You can find Cool McCain. You can find me. I'm Sierra Cobb. So if you can just find us on social media, Facebook, TikTok. If you want questions or you
want to shoot us some questions, something you want us to talk about, hit us up on social, DM us, let us know. We got you.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate your engagement.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So with that being said, y'all know what time it is. It's never where you start, y'all. It is always where you finish. And we're gonna be back next week. I think we might got another Q&A in us. I think it might be a good thing to do next week too, because we just we just started getting into what's beginning. So talk about some more stuff next week. And hey, you never know what subjects we might broach next week. I was about to take 3 words and make them one, y'all. That's crazy. But for Eagles Diva, for Benny Boom and the Benny Boom's Creations, Benny Boom 68 on Facebook. With Cool McCain, we out. We back next week. Fly Eagles fly, all that good stuff. Go Birds, #BLB.
Birds.